No disrespect intended, but as the literal only not sponsored content creator for Darktide left, I would like to just provide the, like, opinion that I see a lot of regular people have that aren't paid to be positive about the game. Have you guys noticed? Hive Ganger is stupid. Like, man, this shit fucking sucks. As soon as I saw everyone was like, bro, the new class is definitely Hive Ganger, I was like, man, it better not be. This shit fucking sucks. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but when I looked on YouTube, I saw every single person is like, here's why Hive Ganger is the coolest thing ever. 10 facts you don't know about Hive Gangers. And I'm like, dude, they're retards that wear robes and, like, single-mindedly shoot a gun. Like, I mean, have you played Necromunda? They aren't exactly interesting there either. So, I was just thinking about this when playing Darktide the other day. Like, what would a Hive Ganger even be, and how do you try to, you know, think anything other than we already have this fully covered? Because think about it. We already have the Lex, the Arbiter guy, and Ogren for your tanky frontline crowd control guy that does a little bit of both, like melee and ranged. We already have the, like, jack of all trades guy in the veteran. We already have the melee exclusive glass cannon guy in Zealot. And we also already have the ranged, well, the pretty much ranged exclusive glass cannon and Psyker. Sorry, I just woke up. My voice is all over the place. So it's just like, I was talking to myself about this in the shower. I was like, what the fuck? That's what gave me the inspiration to record this. I was like, what would a Ganger even be? The only thing they could even be is like either a frontliner that 90% uses their gun and has ammo, so they don't step on Psyker territory, or a glass cannon ranged character that focuses on their gun and has a resource. And then I was like, literally, I had the bar of soap in my hand, and I was like, bro, that's just a fucking Skitarii. I was literally soap in hand thinking, dude, that's just a Skitarii. Like, what the fuck? So that leaves two possibilities, if it is Ganger, because I'm just assuming that all of the people with their, like, press packets and, like, early access and shit, because they get told, like, what the stuff is ahead of time. I'm just assuming they're correct. So, and this isn't just literal clickbait and rampant speculation. So you're going to have to forgive me if this ages pretty poorly, because I'm not a part of the cool kids club. So I just think that the only way to make a character in Darktide that isn't just the exact same thing we already have, but either just strictly stronger or strictly weaker, or worst case scenario, it's exactly what we have. You know, because, like, think about it. Gangers are supposed to be decently proficient in melee with pretty good ranged capabilities, but shitty ranged weapons, which they make up for with shooting a bunch. You know, at least that's the vibe I got playing Necromunda. And it's like, okay, well, that's just the veteran, dude. So, what? Are they just gonna be veteran, but either power creep to high hell? Let's be honest, that's probably what it's gonna be. Or they're gonna be just veteran, but weaker. Maybe they're just veteran, but instead of a support middle tree, they have Castigator stance for their middle thing. So they're just veteran but selfish instead of one row going for the team. Like, I just don't see what it would really be that isn't what we already have. And if it was going to be one of the few roles we don't already have completely covered by someone else, how is it going to be anything other than, like, a Skitarii? You know, that's what I don't understand. It's like, it would thematically fit so more. Plus, like, AdMech is super underrepresentative. It's pretty obvious that I hope it's going to be something AdMech. Go ahead, get your jokes out now. I'll wait. No, go ahead. I'm still drying my hair off. Go ahead, make your jokes. But I hope it's like a Skitarii or something. And I think a Ganger would just be super lame. Like, because who cares about Hive Gangers? I mean no disrespect if you're super hyped for it. I just mean genuinely, like, when I think of Warhammer, I don't exactly think of the yellow turban guy shooting me with AKs in Darktide. But I don't know. Like, it's just something I'm not super hyped for. Maybe it'll come out and it'll be super unique and fresh and really balanced, but let's be honest, it's probably not. It's probably going to be buggy and disgustingly overpowered, and it's probably just going to make the veteran irrelevant. What I'd hope to see from the class, I hope that it's either a ranged frontliner. So here's what I hope the class is. I hope he has like dual wield motherfucking shredder auto pistols, and he's got like 3,000 ammo, and he has like nothing but shitty little garbage knives. I hope he is dog shit in melee. I hope the idea of melee Ganger caps out at like 500k damage in Havoc. I hope it is abysmal dog shit. But I hope he has like a straight up LMG, or like dual wield fucking, you know, shredder auto pistols, fucking 308 armor piercing rounds, motherfucker. Let me just mow down 3 crushers. Like, I hope they have that kind of shit. I hope they're like the A10 Warthog personified. Because Gangers are super about ranged weapons that are really shitty but high volume of fire. And I really hope that they spend 90% of the run with their gun out. He's pulling his gun out! Instead of their melee. Because that's pretty much the only thing left to do in Darktide that isn't like stepping on the toes of some other thing, you know? But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts. I'm sure Fat Shark will do a good job. They always tend to do a really fantastic job when actually making content. You know, whenever content actually comes out, they usually tend to nail it. So I have complete confidence that whatever Fat Shark is making is gonna be fun and I'm gonna really enjoy it. But thematically, if it is some random, you know, like Grove Street Bala drive-by guy, I'm gonna be very not hyped to play it. Because with the Arbiter, I'm like, okay, these guys are pretty cool, you know. Sorry, that's the Nurgle's rot. Ganger confirmed the Nurgle rot has spread to me. Anyway. Like, when I think of when I think of Warhammer, I'm thinking, like, armor, you know, big hordes and shit. I'm not really thinking of, like, the guy from Necromunda. And, like, the Arbiter's cool. You know, he's armored, he's big. You know, he's cool, he's interesting. And I just don't see how they could transfer that to a guy like this. But I don't know, I probably also would say the same thing about the Arbiter. That they're not the most hype thing. It just feels weird that they have so many good options to pick from, and they would pick something unique to Atoma that 90% of people aren't going to care for. And lore and, like, emotional storytelling or getting you invested in, like, these characters has not been Fat Shark's strong suit when making personalities like this. You know, this ain't exactly the Uber Strike 5 we're working about here. I don't think Fat Shark is going to make you particularly care about a Ganger faction or random betrayed Gangers that gave up on Nurgle or whatever. I just don't think that's... Because, I mean, don't those just sound like the regular rejects? Like, it fits into Darktide better than the other more mainstreamy classes would. But at the same time, I feel like Darktide is just... You know, it's got a little bit of a limiting scope in terms of, like, how, you know, in terms of how the things you could design for a new class. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling. I just wanted to ramble my thoughts about the new class in a video somewhere. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I do wish, though, completely unrelated to the topic at hand, I really wish Fat Shark got to make Darktide, but for Space Marines. One, because this game would probably average like 30,000 people on Steam. I was thinking viewers because of Twitch drops for Space Marine 2, sorry. A certain someone got me into Space Marine 2. So, like, I just, like, I don't know. Let Fat Shark have at the major parts of the fucking IP. You know, you want the best 40, you know, let Fat Shark make a Space Marine game. Call it Space Marine Tide. There's a whole tide of Space Marines. And you'll probably have the most popular 40k game of all time. Anyway, how's your guys' day going? Mine's been going pretty good. I got into this fellowship game. I'll see you later. This is starting to get really rambly.